Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on the link in the description box below to sign up for the Tiger Fitness newsletter. Within a week of publishing this video, we will give out a $50 gift card to tigerfitness.com to one lucky person who does all of these steps. Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO MTS Nutrition, with our exclusive Australian distributor and retailer, MassiveJoes.com with Joe and Joel. What's up, guys?
What up, guys?
Came all the way to the U.S.
Fresh off the plane.
Ketogenic as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I fasted for 14 hours on the flight. I was totally keto.
We don't eat airplane food.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny thing that we were talking about. Like, we've kind of reached a crossroads of extremes in the industry, where I think that veganism has taken almost a militant approach. Because, and honestly, I can see why. Like, ethically, for them, it's not as much about fat loss and health.
Yeah.
For them, it's a higher calling. It's ethics and the ethical treatment of animals and the sustainability of our planet Earth. I respect the shit out of that.
Absolutely.
I do.
Yeah.
Contrast that with the polar opposite, which is kill as many animals and eat as much butter as possible.
Yeah.
And that's the ketogenic diet, which most people misunderstand.
Yeah.
And we were joking about this at lunch, but for example, I always bring this up. It's not because I don't like him. I actually think he's a brilliant man. But like Dave Palumbo's diet, which had like 800 grams of protein in it, nobody's hitting keto in his diet because he's having 8 ounces of lean meat per meal.
Yeah.
A ketogenic diet generally is about 80% fat.
Yeah.
That gives you 18% for protein and about 2% for trace carbohydrate.
Well, but that's general. As your caloric intake increases, like most people in health and fitness have a higher than average caloric intake, meaning over 2,000 calories a day, is the percentage of fat has to increase as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So as your caloric intake increases, your fat percentage as an overall percentage of your daily caloric intake that comes from fat also has to increase.
Yeah.
So if you're consuming, say, 4,000 calories a day, to actually get into ketosis, your fat intake needs to be probably more towards 90%.
Here's the funny thing. Brian Moscow, a guerrilla chemist, he's a keto guy, right? I did not know how serious keto was till we went to Outback Steakhouse. He got a slab of ribs and ordered a ton of, he took butter to go. Literally like tablespoons of butter. And then in the hotel, you know, they served the breakfast. He just got a bowl full of butter. Like, that man enjoys keto. Yeah. All right, and keto is effective for fat loss because, and here's why your body, ketones are also very bad. And this is why I love Ritual. It has the BHBs, which are exogenous ketones. Yeah. It not necessarily putting you into ketosis. That's supposed to be. It's not going to slap somebody who's eating 12,000 grams of carbs a day into ketosis, but it just provides. Like, someone emailed me, Joe says this only works for in ketosis. No, I watched his video. Joe didn't say that. Yeah. It's an exogenous source of ketones, which means that it's going to provide that brain fuel, that energy, but it doesn't mean that you're in ketosis or you're benefiting from not having glucose in your body because you absorb BHBs. I look at it as a fucking great energy source. That's it. I don't give a fuck about ketosis because, as someone who's competed using ketosis, as someone who's competed using low calories, high protein, low fat, low carbs, at the end of the day, if you're in a caloric deficit and you're training your balls off, guess what? You're going to get fucking shredded. Now, ketosis is a great tool for those who have trigger foods. One is with lack of insulin response, you're going to have a lack of cravings. Another thing is you're literally cutting out 40% of your food options that you could fuck up on. And who doesn't like bacon? Vegans, they don't like bacon.
But if you look at, ketosis from a performance perspective, Mark, it's completely pointless.
Like, mentally, it's great.
Mentally, absolutely.
Physically, no.
Physically, to come into the gym and go ham every day, or whether it's for sports, unless it's like endurance type sports where the ketones can actually be valuable if you're like marathon runners, for example. But if you're looking at going in there and inducing muscular hypertrophy and actually getting bigger, then you don't have enough protein to actually sustain that, or enough carbohydrates to actually help with performance to actually get you the results you're going to go. So if you're a gym rat, for example, ketosis is not, or a keto diet is not for you.
Well, I think even short burst, I think powerlifters might be able to get by on it. But when you're in a hypertrophy, because let's be real, like I was listening to a podcast the other day of the guy, the head trainer for Nike, I forgot his name, but he has his athletes, he wants them to get as strong as possible with gaining as little lean mass as possible, because speed is basically, there's an algorithm involved, it's force or strength to body mass. So the stronger you are at your body weight equals the faster you are. So like, for example, if my daughter can deadlift 200 pounds and she weighs 100 pounds, she's going to theoretically have more speed than a girl who weighs 100 pounds and trap bar deadlifts 50 pounds.
Exactly. So power to weight ratio.
Power to weight ratio. So for powerlifting, like for example, for like deadlifts, like if you're going for a 1RM or whatever, hypertrophy and strength don't have to go hand in hand. The eccentric portion is what causes the sarcomere breakdown and all that shit. So like if you ever go to if you guys go to Pitt tomorrow or whatever, you're gonna see them if they're doing a trap bar deadlift, because they do not want to, they're speed guys, if they're wide receivers and they're in that phase of their training, they do not want to induce hypertrophy. So they're gonna pick the concentric up and drop it. Or they're gonna let loose quick, because they don't want that eccentric to actually build the muscle. So you can get stronger. You can get stronger without inducing hypertrophy, because that's more of an exercise of your mind, your body, your overall strength output that doesn't necessarily coincide with hypertrophy. And that's why the best bodybuilders in the world usually don't win powerlifting titles. You'll get your occasional freaks like, God rest his soul, Dallas and your Ronnies, who are just fucking strong freaks. For the most part, though, bodybuilders lift a lot of reps, well, a lot meaning 10 plus, not 2 to 4. And that's what bodybuilders do. So it's a completely different animal. So if you're following, someone who's more strength-based, but your goal is to make gains. And again, there's also the genetic freak factor. Like, look at Herschel Walker in the NFL. He ate 1 meal a day and never lifted weights. He did push-ups and fucking air squats. There is that freak factor. Not all of us are freaks. And the ISSN recommends they round up to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. Whatever, because they basically had a kilogram. They're like, just fuck it, a pound. I went to the lecture. I was there when they launched that at the ISSN conference. And I don't think that keto allows you, and I'm someone who tried keto, to get enough protein to support optimal. I'm not saying you can't make gains. I'm saying it doesn't support optimal gains.
And I think this is really the issue with keto. Keto is very hot in the segment of the fitness industry at the moment that is primarily concerned with aesthetics and changing body composition. So the mindset around keto at the moment is, here's a magic bullet, here's a panacea diet that you can eat fat and lose fat and change your body composition. And that's a lot of people who do keto are doing it for aesthetic reasons or for changing body composition reasons. And exactly what Mark said is, okay, it may be a diet that allows you to get sufficient nutrients for strength, but if you're trying to change body composition, hypertrophy is a big part of that. You're trying to build muscle, you're trying to lose body fat. And keto diet just does not support that goal. The two things, they're not congruent, they don't work together. The second thing is a lot of people think that, firstly, a lot of people don't understand how to get into ketosis. That's a whole different video, a whole different topic. But if you are in ketosis, a lot of people think, I'm in ketosis, therefore I can eat however many calories I want, and because I'm in ketosis, I'm going to lose body fat. The overarching principle of any diet, as you touched on, is caloric deficit. You're not going to lose any sort of weight if you're not in a caloric deficit. So if you're following a keto diet and you are in ketosis and you're doing it properly and you've got sufficient fat intake, low enough protein intake and very little to zero carb intake, and you are in ketosis, you still have to be in caloric deficit. You can't just magically, be in surplus but also be in ketosis and somehow your body's, it's thermodynamics.
Well, the diet was actually, invented or created to help people lose weight. The reason they lost weight is because they weren't eating as many calories.
I believe the original data was on epileptics. To control seizure, because without glucose, your body doesn't have that reaction. I believe that was the original thing. Atkins. Now remember, I mean, we're just having a resurgence. This is the second surge. First, we had in the 70s, Dr. Atkins had the Atkins diet.
Which is the low carb diet.
Which essentially fucking failed. Somehow in the mid 90s, the Atkins revolution came about. And that fucking killed it. And then it died. Now, I mean, I love the guy, so I'm not going to talk trash. It works for him, and he's made himself. But Mark Bell, I think he's the one who's really got the war on carbs, and that's cool. But the main issue I see from an overall health standpoint, we keep talking about this, like with all these bad things coming in bodybuilding, there seems to be, I've been doing this for the last year. I mean, for the last year, I've been trying to downsize a little, and I'm not one of those guys, like, I'm not a drug guy. I know I'm gonna get flack for even saying that, so I can't just cut the dose. I'm a big guy. It is what it is, and my penis is huge. And just kidding, that was definitely a joke.
That's why I was laughing.
My wife would be trolling in the comments section, like, no, it's not. At the end of the day, I think that what veganism has taught us, what it's taught me, is not necessarily, and I've done this in a video before, it's not necessarily that meat is bad. What I'm gathering from the data and the stuff I've seen from veganism, and combining it with the positive things you see on high protein diets, is that vegetables and fruits are fucking awesome. And what we're seeing is, through both veganism and keto, which people are seeing amazing results on both, which are both at polar ends of the spectrum. Let's take what's best from both of them. One is, okay, you need some protein and healthy fat. Okay. Vegans, it's been shown in studies, it's not the perfect diet, because if you don't supplement B12 or focus on that, you have a B12 deficiency, which has been linked to having smaller brains. So it's not perfect. You are going to be deficient in DHA because alpha-linoleic acid only has so great of a conversion rate. It's a great diet. It's not perfect. If you supplement, it can be a complete diet. I completely do not think you can completely be a healthy, amazingly functioning vegan, but it's not perfect. Lean meat has its benefits. You have the muscle retention. What I find to be the best diet is you minimize processed bullshit. Processed bullshit does not mean grains. I'm not a paleo guy. I think oatmeal's fine. I don't think anybody's gonna have an aneurysm unless you're allergic to oats from oatmeal. I think that, carbs are fine. But I think that we should focus our diet eating as many healthy fruits and vegetables. What about sugar from fruit? I'm not saying you can eat unlimited, but I'm saying it's overstated. The health benefits from fruits, and you look at fruits like berries, which has even been implicated in health benefits, in fat loss from the antioxidants. We include it in Drop Factor, the polyauric blend, in a concentrated form, obviously. But so my opinion is, if you have a fucking plate of broccoli this big, no, you have to get even 10 grams of carbs from broccoli. You have a metric ass load of carbs of fucking broccoli. Okay, so what I found, lean meat, monounsaturated mainly, and healthy fats. You can't find anything bad about monounsaturated fats. It's fucking amazing. A good fish oil supplement, or fish oil in general, aim to get around 3 grams of combined EPA and DHA a day. Again, as many fucking vegetables, green veggies, and color hues, get as many as possible within your caloric range. And then, you know what? Have your lean protein, get a gram per pound of body weight, and fill in the rest, if you're a flexible guy, with whatever the fuck you want. Have a treat a day. I'm not saying you need to eat Pop-Tarts every fucking meal. So you could post it on the gram, be like, hey bros, look how shredded I am, and I eat Pop-Tarts every day. That's great. And that's cool and all if you're in your 20s, if you're in your teens. But once you hit, like, I'm in my mid-30s, and I have 3 kids and a wife, and honestly, I want to fucking live. Like, I'm at that point where I didn't give a fuck about dying. When I was a teenager running the streets, like, I was like, shoot me, go ahead. I was that guy. Now I'm like, wait a second.
You've got people to provide for you. You need to be there.
Fuck providing. I want to watch my daughter get married. So I'm looking at what's the healthiest thing. And the funny thing is, what the healthiest thing is, I've also found to be most beneficial for body composition.
Of course. Because it fills you up on very little calories as well. Vegetables are fantastic. The micronutrients, obviously, as you said, Mark, the main thing is just going to help with all your body's mechanisms. you know, whether it's brain function, you know, joint health, you know, your organs as well, you know. So that's why I think a lot of people, that's what they miss out on. They don't have enough of the fruit and vegetables. They go, oh, I need the protein, I need the fats, but don't worry about the vegetables, whereas it should be taking up most of your plate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So effectively, if you go to all the extremes, one being keto, another one being veganism, another one being flexible dieting to fix your macros.
That would be the 3 extremes right now, yeah.
And you pull the best parts of the 3 extremes together to create the perfect diet, you end up with a pretty well balanced diet.
Exactly.
It's actually, you know what's really fun?
But it's not marketable. Right? No one wants to eat a well-balanced diet. They want to go, you know, to the extreme here or the extreme there and try this for 3 months and try that for 6 months and this for 3 months. But the fact of the matter is, you're literally wasting your fucking time.
What's really funny is the same shit that your mom probably fed you when you were a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You have your meat.
Yep.
You know, in America we call it meat and potatoes, man.
Yeah.
Gotta eat your meat and potatoes. And my mom would cook fucking veggies that didn't make sense, like, and she'd force me to eat them like fucking lima beans. The one of any vegetables, fucking it tastes like. It tastes like. If you cook them right, I love Brussels sprouts. But my mom would just do it to fucking troll me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's why I disowned her ass. The abuse was okay, but the fucking lima beans, that was worse than any ass whooping I could ever have. But I mean, my mom always had, again, like she'd make a pot roast or a stew, and it would have potatoes, which is a vegetable full of micronutrients, carrots, a beef, which probably wasn't the best kind because we were broke, but I mean like a lean beef, let's say. And I mean, holy shit. And then that fucking lima beans, that bitch. And so, I mean, it was like, that was it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much, we've devolutionized, and pretty much, I like to call, in America we call it, like we drive on the way to Indiana to my house. It's called farm to table.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the most natural whole foods possible, and it's farm to table. The Amish have the lowest obesity rate in the United States.
Yeah, because it's all just...
Do you think they fucking give a shit about keto? Or no, they grow their own, they fucking have grass-fed cows.
Yep.
They eat that, and they fucking have potatoes and veggies, and then they go harvest the field all day long, and they fucking exercise.
Yeah.
That's the one thing we can't forget here. Every diet will agree, except for the HCG diet, which is starvation diet, exercise is the fucking magical elixir.
Yeah. Well, you know, our ancestors have all fucking exercised. It wasn't until, you know, I guess the Industrial Revolution where we all just started sitting on our asses that we started to get fat.
And we developed hip issues, health issues. Dude, I was just reading an article like childhood diabetes. Before the 1980s, when they came out with the food guide pyramid with the high carb, low fat, in America it's the food pyramid.
Yeah, it's the same in Australia.
You didn't hear shit. Try finding a scholarly article about childhood onset diabetes. Try finding one before 1980.
Yeah.
The government literally gave us all fucking diabetes here because they went low fat. So the next extreme, Atkins is like, fuck this, we're going all fat.
Yeah.
And they both work.
Yeah.
I mean, like Joe said, I mean, we pretty much take all the extremes, but they're not bad.
Best parts.
They're not wrong. Like, none of them are wrong.
No, it's just, you got to combine all of them.
Like,
we're
not hating on keto in general. I think there's many take-homes from keto. By the way, I really like those shoes.
Thanks, man.
There's some really good take-home from keto. Really good.
Absolutely.
You can eat fat, not get fat.
And not get fat, exactly.
Vegan, they're fucking healthy.
Yeah.
They're small as fuck.
Yeah.
As a majority, of course, somebody's like, this one guy, like, it's like...
Rob Bailey's big, and he's a vegan, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, Rob Bailey was big before he was a vegan, though. And, like, you don't just lose muscle overnight. Trust me, I've been literally eating to lose muscle.
You've been trying to lose muscle for 12 months.
And this is what I'm doing. I mean, I told you, I cut my insulin down to 20 IUs a day. If that's not the idea of downsizing, I don't know what is. My trend is down to less than a gram a week.
Wow.
I can breathe. I can actually breathe. I mean, so I think Joe nailed it, though.
Yeah, it's all about balance. Definitely.
That's it.
So, guys, you watched this whole video. Congratulations. It's a long fucking video.
Made it to the end.
Yeah.
You know they're all on long car rides? Like, God, I just need to kill some fucking time.
Yeah.
Or doing cardio.
MassiveJoes.com. Click on it. It's in the description box below. Exclusive distributors of MTS Nutrition. If you are in Australia and you don't know that, you've been living under a fucking rock. Also, if you don't live in Australia, they have amazing content on there, and they have some cool clothing. So if you want to order some clothing, they do ship internationally. And But again, if you're willing to pay the freight, might as well throw a tub of MTS away.
Why not?
Sure, you're going to overpay and it's going to be a ton to ship over here. But if you're in Australia,
yeah,
which I know a lot of y'all are, or anywhere on that side of the fucking world,
yeah,
that's the place to go.
We'll ship it to you.
If you order it, they're not going to turn down your...
No, we'll ship it. We'll ship it anyway. Just waiting for one from the moon, and we'll say, all right, this might be challenging. So
no, you can do it.
We can do it. We can do
they
it.
got that dude with fucking the electric Tesla. That guy's sending motherfuckers.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk will get that shit there in like
a couple of weeks.
We'll have it next day.
Yeah.
Same day shipping with Elon. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check out Master Joe's. Let us know your thoughts. Be respectful. If you're a keto zealot, be respectful. If you're a vegan zealot, be respectful. If you like us, again, let us know. If you don't like anybody here, the only comments that we will not block are the ones that are hating on him. Joel,
I'll take it.
Let loose.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Very thick skin.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That's not a game.